Society of Jesus came to life in about 1540, and right from the very beginning, it was a group, it was an international group of men. They happened to meet in Paris, they studied together, and then desired to stay together. And they were, at that point, from about 4 different countries. So enshrined in the constitutions of the society is that international quality. And so a bilingual novitiate gives the guys at the entry level an experience of what it means to live in a multicultural, multilinguistic environment. And I think that that is very important in terms of their appropriation, but also deepening of vocation. Since its founding, the Jesuits have never had their novitiates in the country, except for about a period of 150 years, 19th and into the 20th century. So it's very foundational to our self-understanding that we are an order that works with people in the heart of the city. In Montreal in particular, Côte-des-Neiges happens to be the most multicultural area in the entire city of Montreal. We have beside us not only universities, we have great spiritual centers such as the Oratory of Saint-Joseph, but we also have just north of here, around Van Horn, a multicultural setting where you have Middle Eastern, all manner of European, all manner of Asian thrown together. And so walking down the street, you not only hear a lot of French, a fair bit of English, but you hear everything from Turkish and Arabian to Filipino to Vietnamese. The list goes on.
Every province is asked to submit postulates, what they want to see happen. So it's
first of all, let me say that it is important that the novice knows that proficiency in the other language is not a prerequisite for being accepted for vows. That is very key. So in terms of the day-to-day working, classes and liturgies will alternate between the 2 languages, depending on the presenter, and depending on the week. So we will alternate weeks with liturgies. So a week that happens to be French, for example, liturgies will be in French. And we will encourage the novices to speak more French to one another. But at the same time, that is not a hard, fast rule. As regards, and this goes back to just the idea that language, while it is an important part of the novitiate, is not a prerequisite for acceptance for vows. The more personal or intimate sharings, either one-on-one meetings or prayers of the faithful at Eucharist, or faith sharing in the group, or interventions at community meetings, are always the choice of the individual. Apart from the practical side, what the guys are getting with a bilingual novitiate is a very hands-on, deeply inculcated experience of the International Society of Jesus. I think we'll see once these guys get out and begin their formation and eventually working in the apostolate, I think it's going to have a very positive effect on their sense of, yes, belonging to a particular Jesuit province, but really being a member of this worldwide religious order, and an availability to go anywhere in the world that comes with that. Yeah. Jesuits are known to be highly educated. We do have a very long formation. And we are very active, we're very out there in the world. We're formed to be comfortable conversing with almost anybody, Roman Catholic, Christian, non-Christian, multicultural. That is very important. But even more important than that, in terms of what we try to do and what we need to instill, what I try to instill in the young man from the day one of the novitiate. It's a deep, prayerful, discerned interior life. Because without that, the externals are not going to be grounded, and hence they would not last for an individual.